Aries, and welcome to your extended reading. This month I'm going to put up the extendeds for free here on YouTube. And whenever I feel ready, I will then move on to Patreon and put them there whenever I feel it's time for me to. When I feel like the community has grown enough, actually, that this is something that I do for more than just two people, to be honest here. But since we're growing at such a fast rate, I don't think it's going to take that long. Anyway, okay, let's get into your extended. What can you expect from Cancer season? So where we started at is you, and probably you already did that, kind of delaying some necessary decision making. You feel trapped. What came up here in this card is you do not see how you get yourself out of that situation or how you resolve that. Everything here is very much related to you in the world, you and your family, you and building a house, you and buying a car, you and taking investments. I think that is what's on the table, and it takes a lot of patience, and there are many other people in your family involved with that, and sometimes you feel like you would rather prefer to get a little financial help than just taking it all on your own. But that just is what's happening at the moment. Okay, so what's further happening is you getting into, wow, that's overblown. Anyway, that's the Ace of Wands. That's you getting into further action, further doing, and getting back to your focused acting. So while you have been very distracted in the beginning of Cancer season, Aries, when you feel like it's enough and you've had enough with all the quarreling and the discussions and whatnot, you just use your Aries qualities to break through that wall and get moving again, and just do it. Do not overthink it. You don't, actually. And after that, oh, you love summer. You just love it. Every Aries that I know is somebody who loves to barbecue, be outside, surround themselves with their friends, and just really take the best of summer as long as it's there. The weather right now here isn't as pretty, but that never kept an Aries from rising high, as I see an eagle in the distance. What's this? An eagle in the distance? An eagle in the distance means traveling as well. So you feel like you've been in the same place for a long, long time, Aries. You haven't been taking on too much traveling, and there's a feeling of wanting to break out of these responsibilities that you have. And sometimes you remember what it was like as a teenager or in your early 20s, or maybe you were traveling with your parents a lot, and kind of that getting to know the world and broadening your horizons and your mind is something that you wish for, which hasn't happened recently, and you feel like there's so much more to learn for you out there, and you kind of look for that. And you really want to take it into action soon. So there's only this juggling of how the only thing that keeps you stuck are finances and emotional responsibilities. So there is a lot of water surrounding that guy here. So that tells me that there are emotional ties that just keep you from leaving. But you're still planning on it. You try to make it happen in your own rules, for your own matter. But yes, you wanting to move on, you wanting to see more of this life that has been given to you, means that something else has to go and has to die, and that there is an inner transformation within you where you feel like you're outgrowing your own skin, and you're outgrowing certain relationships, you're outgrowing your job, you're outgrowing your home, you're outgrowing the person that you've been for the last 6 years. You're moving more and more and more into your own, and wherever you have felt like you put on a mask or taken on a role that is not yours, it will fall away more and more and more and more over the course of 2019, 2020. It's not going to be super easy, but it happens in a way that is very Aries-like, which is seeing the positive in it. You do not dwell on negative emotions too long. You don't carry your broken heart on your sleeve, or for that matter, but you really, once you realize that certain transformations have to be done, you move into it pretty quickly. So you're on that journey earlier than you probably realize. So this is a traveling guy and he has a dog along, so there are people who support you on that. You're not absolutely alone. And you are prepared to defend yourself if necessary. So really that kind of transformation that's taking place was not on your awareness whatsoever. You kind of felt it in your intuition, but it hasn't been that active. And now it's sort of like, it's not even a tower moment, but it comes in a giant big wave where there is this longing for going somewhere else. And then if people try to hold you back because you've been stuck in the same role for the last 6 years or 5 years, or maybe even 4, they feel like, yeah, you have to stay here, and you're really prepared to take your sword and cut those bounds and boundaries and entanglements down. So very Aries-like, very fiery. You're not keeping me here. There's no holding me down. There's no, what's this here? Oh yeah, there's no holding you down whatsoever. So Queen or King of Summer, Leo season brings this forth even more. So as you move into Leo season, you've actually transformed quite a lot. So not a small month for you, Aries. Very essential. Probably met with some misunderstanding by your surroundings is what I'm getting, but nothing that surprises them all too much, because they know you. They know you, and they know that you tend to sometimes, in their view, act irrationally, but for you it's a logical reaction to the way you've been living your life in the recent years. Okay, let's look at your cards in detail. Okie dokie, welcome back to the cards as I see them. We've dealt with this line up here in the all signs reading, and these are the cards that I just pulled for you. Okay, so let's just quickly recap. As I've said, needing to take decisions that are not as easy for you, but then again, they are very much related to your circle of social life, your family, passing on wisdom probably even, and you feeling very much not entangled, but in your place, in your surroundings, and that's the kind of life you've been living for the past years. So very much in a very not stuck, but in a very safe place. And now needing to have the patience for your investments, that you really wait and not spend all the money or all your things that you've built up, but really grabbing onto them for a bit before you take an investment and build yourself up. Okay, but then there's this kind of undecision, not knowing where to go, and then things get moving very quickly. You focus onto one thing that you really want to bring into this world in this summer, and you get a ton of energy, seemingly out of nowhere, to bring that into realization. But also, and I think these two tie together very well, this is the card where you really revel in the beauties of summer. So you eat well, you surround yourself with people who really get you and love you. And those people also enjoy your company, so you probably might be their sun. This is the air that you have when we move towards Leo, and you really love Leo season. You're already planning ahead for that, planning to have a good time, probably going on to vacation. This is what this card tells me. But with the vacation, with the planning for that, there's a certain longing to break out of this situation and out of this life that you've built for yourself, or at least parts of it that make you feel like you've been just repeating yourself over and over and over again for the recent years. And there's something that calls you to just broaden your horizon and learn more. And all you have to do for the moment is just, again, to juggle your finances and to see how to make this possible for you, as you've made certain commitments that will not let you go as easily right now. But you're still planning for it. You're not giving up on it. That's not how you are, Aries. You see how you can really manage that, along with the emotions and the upheaval that's going to come from it. And it leads to a certain transformation that needs to take place in order for you to come out of that feeling stuck, out of that doing the same thing, out of your routine, to say, doing the same thing over and over again. So the mask has to fall, the truth has to come out. It's not going to be super nice and easy all the time, but you're moving on pretty quickly. So you pack your stuff really quickly when it comes towards Leo season, and you prepare yourself at high speed. And you're also prepared you have enough arguments up your sleeve, enough aces up your sleeve to argue with others when it comes to, hey, you cannot do that, you've given your word on this, you've promised this. There are enough arguments that you have in order to break these bonds and really break free from the situation that you've promised in order to move on. And there we go, towards Leo season. You're very quickly already moving into that new feeling of moving on, being in your own space, reveling in summer. Good, good, good. Now, as the next airplane comes along, again, traveling, journey, moving, we look at the subconscious influences here. And one of them is, and this is a very dominant thing, is really waiting for good things to unfold. There's not too much you actually have to do. All these women have something in common, and that is their patience. Their way to really know that you deserve good, and it will come to you if you have the time to be patient about it, to really sit with it, and to really also acknowledge it when it's there. So the only thing that might drag you down is when you do not take the time to really realize the good things that are surrounding you, because that is where you draw your energy, and this is where also you enjoy being social, you enjoy being outside with the people that you love. And when the masks fall, not everything will be super easy for you. So there might be people turning away from you. There might be people being really upset with what you're doing, and that hurts you back. So there's a bit of drama going on. But when I look at the next card, it's it's really quickly. It's passing quickly. So whatever kind of negative backlash that you receive from that kind of transformation that you have to go through, it's going quickly, because you feel like you're returning to a part of yourself that you left a really long time ago, and there is a childlike energy returning to you that just hasn't been there before. And I feel like you gain a lot of energy from that in order to move on to Leo season. So it's all good, even though there might be minor drawbacks emotionally, but they will pass really quickly. Okay, Aries, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in Leo season. See you soon. Bye-bye.